Week number 3 of the 2012 Reebok CrossFit Games regional season was one of the most exciting so far. The following is our top 10 list from last weekend. Coming in at number 10, the sole survivor in Latin America. Event 3 decimated the field of the Latin American regional, leaving Teresa Barnett as the only woman to move on to workout number 4. With no minimum amount of work required for the workout, it could have been one and done for Barnett. All she had to do was complete a single back squat and move on. But in true CrossFit fashion, Barnett decided to take on the entire workout, and she brought plenty of friends along for the ride. Barnett was able to complete the workout inside the 20-minute time cap. Teresa, message received. At number 9, this just in, Lindsay Valenzuela is strong. The 2011 CrossFit Games competitor put aside training for the Olympics just to focus on CrossFit this year. She hired Dusty Hyland, a gymnastics coach, to balance out her incredible Olympic weightlifting skills. Those skills were a big reason she tabled a world record in event number 5 in Southern California. Valenzuela snatched 175 pounds, the highest women's total we've seen so far in the individual competition. It was her second world record of the weekend after clocking in at 407 on the dumbbell snatch event. Number 8, how's that for teamwork? There was no shortage of confidence from SPC CrossFit as they headed to the Central East Regional, and it didn't take time for everyone to realize why. They smashed the Diane world record by nearly 30 seconds right out of the gates, and that was just a beginning to their assault on the records books. Not satisfied with one record, SPC CrossFit went out and grabbed another with a time of 16:58 in event 2. After a second place finish in the dumbbell snatch event, they returned to set yet another record and their mark of 25:38 in workout number 4. Both of these marks were eventually beaten in other regions, but SPC CrossFit was far from done. After racking up yet another win in event 5, they closed up their weekend with a time of 15:23 in the final workout. SPC CrossFit will be a force to be reckoned with as they turn their sights to the Home Depot Center for the 2012 Reebok CrossFit Games. At number 7, the Clash of the Titans. 2010 champion Graham Holberg, 2011 champion Rich Froning. For the first time in regionals history, a pair of world champions went toe-to-toe at the same regional venue. Despite being a former Games champion, Holberg has been flying under the radar until this weekend in Columbus, when he exploded back on the scene. Holberg and Froning finished within one place of each other in the first 3 events, with Holberg besting the 2011 champion by 1 second in event 3. Froning will have his work cut out for him if he wants to repeat as the CrossFit Games champion, because it's clear that Graham Holberg will be leading the charge to dethrone him. At number 6, every second counts. Coming into the final event in the Central East team competition, 4 teams were battling it out for 2 spots. Rogue Gahana, Graham Holberg's gym, and CrossFit Maximus would both end up with 30 points, and they will both join SPC CrossFit at the Home Depot Center. They both edged out Jacked and Tan by just 1 point. Gahana emptied their collective tank as the workout came to the final sprint to the finish, and they only beat the 25-minute time cap by 6 seconds. At number 5, whoa, Canada. The Canada East region was supposed to be Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet's region, but Michelle Letendre managed to steal the spotlight and show that this competition was not going to be a solo act. She was just 1 second behind Bazinet and Diane and 4 seconds behind her in event 2. Then the slugfest continued when Letendre grabbed first place in event 3 and LeBlanc finished in 4th. LeBlanc-Bazinet bounced back with a win in event number 4. Letendre went right back again for another second place finish in the snatch ladder and double unders event, which made the difference. Letendre's first place overall finish shows that she's no longer a supporting act member in Canada East. Number 4, has the student become the master? Dan Bailey had made a habit of training with the best. Now it's clear he's one of the best. Bailey's coming out already started on Friday in Columbus as he eclipsed a legend. Bailey ripped through Diane with a blinding world record of 1:35, beating Chris Bueller's previous world record by 17 seconds. In event 3, Bailey set his sights on another world record. The 100-pound dumbbells and the sprints were no match for his strength and speed, and what seemed to be the blink of an eye, Bailey had thrashed through another world record in 3:22. The man who trained with champions may be ready to become one. Coming in at number 3, team workout number 4 has now been conquered. A pair of irresistible forces attacked the workout in Southern California on Saturday. For the first 2 weeks of regional competition, Event 4 had proved to be an unmovable object. But CrossFit Invictus and Team CDR Redlands tore through the gauntlet of squats, pull-ups, and shoulders to overhead with a vengeance, and it became clear early on that they would be the first to slay this beast. Invictus was able to crank out their final set of shoulder to overhead unbroken and put up a world record time of 23:32. CDR Redlands finished just seconds behind with a time of 23:38. At number 2, it was the 4-minute mile of CrossFit workouts. Coming into the weekend, no women had completed workout number 6 inside the 17-minute time cap. That all changed on Sunday in the Central East region. Both Julie Foucher and Michelle Kinney succeeded where so many others had failed. Foucher set the world record with a time of 15:21. Michelle Kinney finished the workout with a time of 16:38. Meanwhile, in Canada East, Michelle Letendre and Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet were busy slaying the beast that was workout number 6 as well. LeBlanc-Bazinet ran the gauntlet in 16:09, Michelle at 14:53. But an incorrect weight on the deadlift bars on Canada East kept Letendre from claiming a world record. Hours later in the Pacific time zone, Kristen Clever and Andrea Ager also slayed the beast. And finally at number 1, Julie Foucher is the real deal. The statement she made in Columbus is being heard around the world. Foucher turned the Central East Regional into her own personal playground. She started her weekend with a second-place finish in Diane. Foucher would follow that up with another second-place finish in event number 2, courtesy of 50 pistols in 80 seconds. She came back on Saturday and started to rewrite the records book again. Her time of 4:28 on the dumbbell snatch event was a world record until Lindsay Valenzuela bested it later that day. Once again, she came back in the afternoon and didn't just break a record, she absolutely demolished it. Foucher finished event 4 in 14:44, beating the old record by nearly 4 minutes. On Sunday, she locked up a trip to Carson with a 3rd-place finish in the snatch ladder, and she gave the fans one final show as she finished workout 6 with a time of 15:21.